Okay, first, start with thank yous. Parents first, because you let your kids play football. Not as common. Not as common. Can you hear it now? Okay. Not as common as it used to be, but pretty awesome that you guys let your kids hang out with us for a couple hours every day, and we appreciate that a lot. Parents, you did a bunch of stuff. Locker room, it was awesome before games. We felt like we were big time, and played big time. It was pretty cool. That doesn't happen all the time. You guys did meals on Thursday nights. That was awesome. My personal favorites. And really just supported our message. We just wanted the kids to learn some things, and you supported what we did with them. I don't think we were easy on them. So sometimes that's tough to see your kid go through that, but I think it was well worth it. So thank you, parents. Appreciate that. There are, gosh, quite a few. I hope I don't forget anybody here. I'm not going to go a bunch of names, but behind the scenes people make everything run smoothly. I really appreciate this. Mrs. Blocker, Mrs. Tice, Mr. K, stats folks. Oh, you guys are awesome. Tunnel folks. I don't know exactly everybody that put together the tunnel, but that was awesome. The wind had its way with it one time, but other than that, everything was good. You know, sign makers. I mean, they had cool things. I think. Oh, they're not up there anymore. Never mind. So there's a lot of cool things that happen. Video from Mr. Hinkle. Man, you guys do an awesome job. That's everything. The support in those areas is really great. Mitchell and JR, you guys did a great job. After games, staying up really late, getting things done. Because I am terrible with technology, so I need you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that so much. Librarians for laminating. We laminated a bunch of stuff, believe it or not, for our little wrist pad things. We did that a bunch. So everybody that helped behind the scenes, if I forgot to mention you or your group, I apologize, but you are appreciated. Okay. Coaches and families, man, you guys put in a lot of time. One of the things I think about the most is how much you sacrifice to hang out with 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. That's kind of a cool thing. Sorry about your water. Let's see here. Junior high people, gosh, you guys are awesome. Junior cadet, you guys are awesome. I don't get to spend as much time with you as I want. I'm very thankful for what you do for the boys. Pretty awesome. Then parents for basically spending time with your kids and coaching them too when they're little and the mindset of wanting to play, which is pretty cool. And for Karen, because we had quite a few people show up to our events, and you know, that's really cool because it shows me that you care. And if kids have people that care about it and they know that, they tend to perform pretty well. So pretty excited about that. Athletes, pretty excited. For you guys buying into our belief, caring and working, you guys are awesome. My wife, she probably needs the biggest thank you. She takes care of pretty much everything, especially during the season, so I'm very thankful for that. Couldn't do it without her, and every time I come home and talk about practice, she's fired up, wants to know about the kids, and loves them just like I do. So, pretty cool. She gets tears in her eyes, probably does right now. Don't look at her. But things are good. Last year's team, some awards, had 9 all-district performers, first and second team, 5 all-state, some honorable mention, and 1 first teamer. First teamer, Blake. I said, hey, you got first team? He's like, cool, do I get $1 million with that? So he gets it, he understands. A bunch of records, most points scored, most receptions, longest interception returned twice. One of them got called back. Fumbles caused, recovered, a bunch of stuff. It was a statistically crazy team. 10 yards of carry for 2 backs for a season. Doesn't happen. But here's why. Seniors, stand up quick.
Go, Big Daddy.
Big Daddy! Okay. Read a couple books. Everything rises and falls with leadership. I believe because of what these guys did, that's why things went pretty well. Thank you guys, appreciate that. Go ahead and have a seat. Okay, whole team. One of my favorite memories this last summer, we cut practice short in our camp, and we went over to Scotta's house. One of the last days he had with us, and we were all on the porch. And you know, it's just one of those moments where you're like, people matter, and kids showed up. on their own accord. It wasn't like I said, hey, you have to be here or you'll never play again. It wasn't anything like that. They showed up, showed some love and support to him, and man, I'll remember that one forever. That was good. Let's see. Here's what made the team good, in my opinion. They focused on what's important. They didn't care what the score was last year, who was in the crowd, any of those things like newspapers. They didn't care about any of that stuff. They were able to focus, and this is the most unselfish group I've been around. But we had several people change positions. Ronnie changed positions 2 years ago, said nothing. There's a lot of kids that would not do that. So he's a great example. And really they had faith in themselves and they took action. And we're going to miss them. In the future, Devin's going to college, play football. That's pretty awesome for Briarcliff. Excited about that. All right, 4 guys are playing in the All-Star game. That's going to be fun to watch. Really, we just got good kids, good athletes, people that care, they believe in themselves, and they take action. Faith in action is kind of the thing. If they keep doing that, I'm really excited. The schedule next year, heard some interesting talk about that. What more could you want? I mean, who wants to play again? No offense to these programs, but I don't really like playing against Madison.
No.
That's just, I mean, that's boring. I'd rather play against somebody that's top 10 in the state every week. Why not? So, excited for the future, real fired up, because we're going to be really good. That's just how it is. And we have 16 weeks and 2 days till kickoff. Thank you very much. Next up, Mr. Walker.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Blocker, and I'm a member of the Board of Directors of the West Point Beaver Schools Foundation. Tonight, I'm honored to award I believe it's the 15th Greg Repschlager Memorial Scholarship, which is awarded to a cadet football player who plays on the line. You know, those are the guys that don't get their picture in the paper unless they're over there blocking for somebody, you know, the back that's going into the end zone. You know, and those guys have the real glamorous names. You know, like the Washington Redskins, their name are called the Hogs, or they're the big uglies, or the big boys up front. This scholarship was funded by Dennis and Roxanne Repschlager, and they made the decision to fund this scholarship as a way to memorialize their son who lost his life in a tragic auto accident. And this scholarship, it's a lot more than just helping out a young man pay for a portion of his college. It's really about how we ought to look at life and how we should give back as a generous society. It's about a family who had very limited resources that set a tremendous example for all of us by giving back to society in a humble act of charity. This year's winner, he is just a really good kid. I heard from a couple of the coaches. One of the coaches said, this young man, you can throw him into any spot and you know he's going to get the job done. He's a true lineman in every sense. He doesn't seek attention or accolades. He knows he's just one of 5 who leads the way on each play we run. One of the other coaches said, this year's winner is the ultimate unselfish player. He is mature beyond his years and a great example for the team, and we're going to miss him big time. All that being said, this year's Greg Repschlager Memorial Scholarship winner is number 55, Ronnie Peterson.
Good job, Ronnie.
When all the